Here's the trade rumors list. Austin Reeves, Kyle Kuzma, Jeremy Grant, Jonathan Kuminga, Dennis Schroeder, Zach LaVine, Trae Young, Brandon Ingram, Jimmy Butler, Giannis Antetokounmpo. NBA trades are gonna be hot this year. Can you imagine Giannis not playing for Milwaukee anymore? What if Jimmy Butler was to finally leave Miami? We know Zach LaVine is not happy in Chicago and they're shopping him around. And it's pretty obvious that after Jonathan Kuminga did not re-sign with the Warriors, Stephen Curry and the Warriors are almost certain they're gonna trade Jonathan Kuminga to improve their improved roster. What about Trae Young? Everybody wants to see Trae Young play for a specific team with a specific big man. But Zoom, are all of these trade rumors and players on the trade block real? Is it fake news? I'm telling you, these are legit sources. NBA trade rumors points to Lakers prioritizing one center over another. Anthony Davis wants to play with another big, and Brook Lopez could be the target. If LA pays up for a new center, either to start alongside Davis or play significant minutes off the bench, it needs someone who won't shrink the offensive end and will add protection to the team's 26th ranked defense. That's the exact unicorn role Lopez has mastered in Milwaukee. His shooting range stretches well beyond the three-point line, and he's a consistent paint presence on defense who blocks a bunch of shots and contests even more. The Lakers could get Brook Lopez, but the truth and reality is the Bucks don't want D'Angelo Russell. The Lakers are gonna have to trade Austin Reeves. Austin has been incredible for the Lakers this season, and because of his great play, his trade stock is rising, and that's how the Lakers can get Brook Lopez. Huge NBA trade rumors: the Nets, Dennis Schroeder, Dorian Finney-Smith, Bojan Bogdanovic are eyed by rivals. Shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring Easy Buckets. Easy Buckets fans, the NBA Cup is officially here, and you need to buy your tickets on SeatGeek today because you can't miss these events. Tickets are cheaper than ever, and check them out on the SeatGeek website or download the app on your smartphones. SeatGeek also sells tickets to any other events, any other sports games, concerts, music events, you name it. So be sure to get your cheap tickets on SeatGeek today. And we're partnering with SeatGeek, giving Easy Buckets fans a discount promo code. Use my code EasyBuckets on SeatGeek. You will get $20 off your first purchase. Get your cheap tickets on SeatGeek today. Use my code. Your cheap tickets just got even cheaper. Come on. Mark Stein says Dennis Schroeder, Dorian Finney-Smith, Bojan Bogdanovic are all quality vets possessing sub $20 million salaries and frequently mentioned by rival teams as players they expect to be moved between now and the February 6th trade deadline. The Brooklyn Nets have been a surprising team so far this season. They're actually winning games. They're fighting for a decent playoff spot, and people are seeing the Brooklyn Nets do whatever they can to try to rebuild faster. With first-year coach Jordi Fernandez clearly trying to win games, Brooklyn might have to ponder stripping down even earlier than it imagined. So who is being linked to the Nets if they want to rebuild faster? The Nets are linked to a Warriors forward in a trade scenario. Reports says Kuminga and the Golden State Warriors were far apart on extension negotiations, and while it's too early to say there's enough bad blood there to trigger a breakup, this is a situation the Brooklyn Nets need to monitor. Sure, the Warriors have match rights if Kuminga finishes the season with them and heads into restricted free agency, but it's possible there's a fracture large enough in the relationship to make an in-season trade the cleanest solution. Jonathan Kuminga to the Brooklyn Nets would be crucial for his career as he'll easily become the #1 option on that team. Zach LaVine's name will continue to stay hot in the trade market rumors because Zach LaVine is not happy in Chicago. Zach LaVine makes honest statement amid Chicago Bulls trade rumors. Zach is clear, he knows that he is involved in these talks. Report says both LaVine and veteran Nikola Vucevic know that the Bulls are looking to move them, and it would likely be to a contender once there is a market shift come January and into the February trade deadline. Zach LaVine was even asked if it's hard for him to hear all these trade rumors, and this was his response: no, it's not hard, it's understanding. If you're not understanding what you're coming into, then it's hard. I have the right mindset right now of understanding what the game needs from me today. Just try and do the right thing. I love this attitude from Zach LaVine, and I believe with that right mindset, he's gonna play for a better team. And the Denver Nuggets are a team that's targeting Zach LaVine. Zach would be crucial playing with Nikola Jokic. If the Nuggets want to go for Zach LaVine, they're gonna have to trade away Michael Porter Jr. I know MPJ is crucial to Denver's floor spacing, but Zach LaVine brings the exact same picture, but brings more offensive tools to the game, and I believe he'll be a great running partner with Jamal Murray, with Nikola Jokic still running the ball. Zach LaVine has had a pretty good comeback here with the Bulls, but the Bulls know that he's in trade talks, and the better he plays, teams are going to want to trade for him more and more. But what team is Jimmy Butler being linked to? What team can Jimmy finish off his career for the best chance of winning an NBA championship? Jimmy Butler is being linked to the Golden State Warriors as we speak, joining Stephen Curry on this newly revamped team. NBA rumors, the Warriors are more willing than ever to trade Jonathan Kuminga. Jimmy Butler is linked. This is very important to realize about Jimmy Butler's contract. Shams says, I'm told Jimmy Butler will not be signing an extension with the Heat or any other team ahead of his opt-out in 2025 free agency, which means Jimmy Butler is leaving Miami for certain. And this is exactly where the Warriors can come in. The Warriors have been great to start off this season. They're one of the best teams in the West. Their record proves it. Imagine them bringing in Jimmy Butler to solidify their small forward, power forward starting lineup spot. Their defense would extremely get better. A trade for Jimmy Butler would easily have to include Jonathan Kuminga, maybe Moses Moody, and a couple of more draft compensations, but I believe with Stephen Curry also ending the end of his career, get a big-time superstar to get one more chance at a run. But what about Trae Young? Is Trae Young on the move? NBA Insider suggests Trae Young could have easily been traded to the Spurs. Trae could have already been playing with Victor Wembanyama right now. So I don't know if the Hawks would ever say this publicly, but I think they knew they had to break up the DeJounte Murray and Trae Young, and the player they could trade for value was DeJounte Murray. I am sure there was lots of different pieces of nuances involved in how they went about that. But I am not sure that Trae Young's value is as high as they'd like it to be. So this is a real pivotal year, as you say, for Trae Young. And I mean, you hit it. A simple fact of the matter is, if there was a real market for Trae Young, he'd be somewhere else right now. It is not like they got some kind of wild blockbuster return for DeJounte Murray. I mean, it was okay, but like it was nothing compared to some sort of the star trades that we have seen. Yeah, but listen, like the San Antonio Spurs, if they wanted Trae Young, they easily could have gone and gotten him, and that was not even a bet on Trae Young as your best player. That was Young as your second best player. So again, there was not a real market for Trae Young, and he does not necessarily need to reestablish a trade market for himself, but as you said, as extension talks are coming, I think he does have to reestablish his value. So we heard Trae Young rumors this summer going to the San Antonio Spurs, but the Atlanta Hawks know that Trae has to play one more good season before his trade stock is at an all-time high, and that is exactly what Trae Young is doing right now. So Easy Buckets fans, we can't expect a Trae Young trade yet until next year. But what about Giannis? There's a chance Giannis is unhappy in Milwaukee, and there are trade rumors popping everywhere. There are so many NBA trade rumors right now, but I want to know your thoughts. Out of all these NBA players, who has the most likely chance of truly getting moved? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. But for Giannis, we just made a video talking all about his trade rumors and the likely places he could be traded to. That's in my most recent video on the screen, so you need to check that out. Don't miss it. It's absolutely amazing. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Peace.